crafty friends. I'm back again with another installment in my chat and craft time. Go ahead and grab your drink and get yourself comfy and come right back, and then we will keep working. I went and grabbed lunch and let the dog out, and so for me it's only a few minutes after the last video, but for you it's going to be a whole week. All right, catch you right back here in a couple of minutes. Okay, picking up where we left off, you saw me putting together this little fabric flip, and so I went and found a green button and put some burgundy thread in it, and I'm going to use this cute little snippet and put the button on there, but first I'm going to have to sew it together, so that won't be until after I'm all done assembling all these pieces. So yeah, I think that's going to turn out pretty cute. Let me give you a shot there. Pretty cute. Alrighty. Now I could keep doing this. I didn't get nearly as many done as I wanted to, but I am trying to honor the time. So let's move on to the next thing that I'm wanting to work on. I have these two pockets. One is plain. As you can see, one is patched together, and I want to make some more like this. And then I also have some of these scrappy quilt pieces that I picked up at a thrift store. And I did sew, no, I glued. These are waiting to be sewn. But I also wanted to make some definitions and put them on here. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stamp on some fabric. I have lots of pieces of this sheet. I have a couple of these, and then I also have, this was something I picked up at a thrift store, and it's like they took the edges off of something, and then all they did was roll it up and then charged me way too much money. I think these will make nice pockets too, so I'm gonna make pockets with these, and then the excess material here we can stamp on and make words and things to put on these pockets. I also have pieces of cardstock that I trimmed into various pockety sizes. So I may, oh, that one got stuck. I'm thinking that on some of these I will continue to put the fabrics and things, and then others I may decoupage and make pockets from book pages and stuff. I also cut these up for maybe just making like a belly band strip. I'm trying to use up these obnoxious colors that I have had literally since the 90s. And I still have them because I don't like the colors, and I'm not going to use them in scrapbooking, but they make really good bases. So that's the idea behind that. So let's just start. We're going to take some of these little pieces and scrap them together on here to make a patchwork thing, and then we're going to stamp some words to put on top, and let's just see how far we get. So first things first, okay, now this is pretty lightweight. I want to use these guys first, but I don't know, is that green going to show through there? Forgive me while I set this up. I guess that'll be okay. So I like that the finished edge here means that you can run it along the top of the pocket and you'll have a finished edge here, and when you're sliding things in and out, it won't catch. You know, it has more durability. So as things get taken in and out. So I am not finishing my sentences. I am sorry. I'm just kind of continuing with my train of thought, but it's frustrating when you're trying to listen to me. This is why I found that technique where I could just do the voiceover, because then I can focus on what I'm saying, and when I'm crafting, I can focus on what I'm crafting. But this is a craft and chat, so I guess you're gonna get what you get. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. Okay, I'm gonna grab some glue really quick. So, let's see. This one was already sticky a little bit, so let's add some more sticky to that. I'm using this, it says restickable glue stick, but it also said on the package it was good for fabric. So as you know, I just use these to anchor my pieces in place. And then on this one, I am gonna sew this onto the pocket, but I think it might be really nice also to just glue this top edge. So let's do that. Can you see what I'm doing? Let's move up. You see me? Okay. I got some more glue, some refills, and I have this little bottle of Fabri-Tac, so I think it's gonna be nicer to use this size and keep refilling it. I had bought a new bottle of Fabri-Tac, Fabri-Fix. So it doesn't have the twisty on lid, the long pointed twisty on lid like this. It has the one with the short cap. And when I cut it, I did too much. So then it became very gloppy, and that was not fun. Okay. There, that looks nice. Okay, so we've tacked it down on this edge with the fabric glue. Sorry if I'm bumping the table. It's got some residue here. Here we go. There we go. And then I thought it might be nice to put some trim. It's probably not enough of a contrast, but this would be nice, wouldn't it? Or even, how about this way? So then when I go to sew it, I can glue this part on, and then when I sew, I usually sew them upside down so I can see the outline here of where I'm going. So I will sew it around this way because it's already got the finished edge here, and this will already be glued on, and I'll miss it. I won't have to sew through the glue. I'll just be going along the outside here. So I think that'll be nice. This is stretchy. Okay. So let's run some glue down here. I have so many ideas in my mind, I don't think I'm gonna get them all done. Did I tell you in the last video I'm just trying to avoid being domestic today? I just really wanted to sit down and make something. I think I did say that. Sometimes you just want to your fingers just want to make something, and then you don't want to do a big project, but you do want to do something. So that's what I'm doing. I remember saying that to my co-in-law one time. So when my son-in-law graduated from college, I made him just a little quick like photograph album, memory album, junk journal-y kind of thing. And I took it over and I said, well, I just really wanted to make something. She looked at me. She just had this blank expression on her face, and she says, I have literally never felt that. I thought that was funny. I'm like, oh, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, it was just funny when she looked at me like that. Kind of like, what? I don't even know what that feels like. That was funny. Okay, let's see if I want to put something on there. I'm going to use the back side of this receipt under the fabric in case it bleeds through. So this is a Stampin' Up set, and I have seen people use them. I don't know if I can get close enough for you to read that or not. Be on the lookout if you like these. It's called Define Your Life. It's an older one, it's discontinued, but they're definition stamps. So on one side you put one word, nearly, and on this one it has memories, so that would be a good one to use right now. And then the other trick is making sure that you're stamping right side up. But since I'm going to cut these off the fabric, it won't matter too much. But what I did was I went through and just made myself a list of what all the words were, because I got tired of trying to read upside down and backward and reading these every time. But they also have one that says, it's called Define Your Life, so there is a stamp that says Define Your Life. And then she has one that's a border stamp, so I just stamped them on this card. But that's what they look like if you're looking for these. And I would go to eBay, not to Etsy, because you're likely to get some better prices and be able to, you know, make a bid or whatever, and be prepared to lose out a couple times, but you be patient, you'll get there. So anyway, that's what this is. And I thought these would be nice to use today. So let's start this one. Memories is on this side. Like I said, normally if I was stamping on a piece of paper where it mattered, like if it was already on a layout or something, I would definitely orient, you know, stamp onto a scrap piece of paper to figure out what, if I was right side up or not, and then stamp on here. But I'm just gonna cut this off on either side, so it won't matter. I'm trying to grab my stamp pads. So way back in the day, way back, I bought these to do stamping on tiles. Remember when that was a thing? And make coasters. So I made some for my mother-in-law, and I still have these stamp pads. We're gonna see if they still work or not, but the StazOn is nice because it, like it says, for every surface. You could do fabric, you can do paper, you can do tile, you can do all kinds of things. So this is the one that I use. Here it is: plastic, metal, glass, ceramic, laminated paper, so anything that's kind of shiny, coated paper, and leather. Not recommended for fabric. Well, okay, but we're gonna do it anyway. And we're gonna try the black. I think one or the other of these is dried up. They are old, so, you know. I don't remember what year I bought them, but it was before I started working. And it was while I was still crafting, so early 2000s. Let's see what we got. So yeah, these are almost 20 years old, no matter which way you figure it. So yeah, that one's dried up. Okay, good. That's good. We can throw this away with confidence because I know that I had tried to refresh it. Let's do this one instead. This is a VersaFine, and it's also a permanent dye ink. So I know I can stamp fabric with this one because I have. I used to get really confused about all the kinds of inks. But basically, oh, that looks so pretty. Basically, a dye ink is a permanent ink, and a water-based ink will run if you're trying to use it for, you know, color around it or whatever. So you want a permanent ink, dye ink. There. Oh wow, that turned out really nice. Okay. Here we go. Memories. Recollection of the past. Oh, that's gonna look cute. Okay, it needs something under it, doesn't it? Does it need you under it? Can you hear my music back there? I'm doing the 12 Days of Christmas. You know, that's pretty, but you can't tell what it is. So, a couple of options. More pink. That's not wide enough. Or piece of cheesecloth. This one probably clashes. Yep. Let's try some cheesecloth. Trying to get it all unwoven here. So this is just plain old cheesecloth. I think I found it at the grocery store, and this has been tea dyed. Yeah. So we'll just cut around it. There we go. now I'm just going to give it a little dot of glue to anchor it, and I will come back and sew around it when I sew around this pocket. It'd be nice to sew in white around the pocket, but pink or blue around this. I don't know. I have to see how many times I want to change my thread. Or I might just sew it in white. Okay, I'm just giving it a teensy bit there, just enough to go through the cheesecloth onto this fabric and hold it down where I want it. That's gonna be cute. And then after I sew it, I can come back and add a button or a bow or something else. So there's one. Next. All right. Let's make something for this, make a word for this one. Let's see, what do we want to stamp on there? So I have a journal I want to make that's going to be inspired by old dishware, the Delft dishes, and so it's going to be a blue and white, like blue and white china theme. Look at this. Okay, so that's what this is going to go in. So I want to find something that might kind of go with that, like maybe remember. Let's see if we can find remember. I did actually line these up in here alphabetically when I put them away. I had to clean them. Let's see. I guess I could go through the side here. Huh? Of course I put it so those are all on the outside. Lamento PQR. There's QR. Remember. Okay. I'm just going to do the same thing. There's lots of white space on this strip, so let's see. Let's get a nice big wide part. And remember is on this side. Okay, where are you, ink? Come back here. Good impression, good ink. So back in the day, we learned that, I don't know, the huffing on your stamp, like the to get it kind of moisturized. Everybody started doing that. So it's gotten to be a bad habit, but you really don't need to. You just need to get a good ink and then hold it on there for like 5 seconds. Give the ink a second to transfer. And then when you pick it up, you've got a nice image there. So, okay, I got threads going everywhere. Sorry, I ate my lunch during the break of a week for you and about 20 to 30 minutes for me. I let my dog out. It's still raining. And now I'm kind of croaky. So does anyone else have trouble trying to figure out what to make for lunch? I don't know. I don't have trouble figuring out what to eat for breakfast usually, and sometimes breakfast is leftovers from dinner. And generally I have something in mind for dinner, but I don't like to cook dinner fresh every night. I do like leftovers, so very often that's what we do. This is a good top of the pocket. I think I had in mind this flower though was going to go a certain direction. How are you going to go? Does it matter? What do you guys think? I think I'm going to put you there. I'm just going to put remember like right here, and I'm seeing this rickrack. I think that'd be really pretty there. Or a piece of trim. Actually, I think I'm going to go for the trim. So this one's already been sewn. So you don't have to go back over it with sewing unless I just want to sew around this, which I may do. And as you see, I went around this with a zigzag, but I will just go around the phrase with a straight stitch. Let's see, let's put this on first and see how we wind up. Which way's up? The right side and the wrong side. The right side usually has more detail, in case you're wondering. Yeah, so I'm just gonna glue that on. Let's close you up so you don't dry out. because I already stitched it, it has just a nice edge I can follow here. And I'm going to just put a dab over here because I know I want to stick on the word in a sec. Now, I do have some teensy tiny, very narrow rickrack. But I don't know if I have it in the right shade of blue or not. And I don't really want to go looking for it. It will take me too long. So I will look for that later. And if I have it, it would be really nice to just run along the very top edge. I think I have some this color, but it's tiny, so it would look something like this, but with the very tiny miniature rickrack. So it's sticking to me. And then let's put you at an angle. There. Oh, that's pretty. This one's gonna have to dry for a minute because of the glue. Trim you off. I'm going to set him off to the side to finish drying before I put it in the stack. And then, let's see. And I have this pretty one. Okay, where's that lace? The one I didn't use. This is the right color. Ooh, look at that. This one is also already sewn together, so I can go ahead and decorate it up. Ooh, and you know what else? Because this fabric, I mean, it's kind of has a directional pattern. This would be up, but I think you could actually turn it sideways and make this the top and make it like a tag. See? And then you could journal on the back. Ooh, make that a tag. Or would I rather have a pocket? I don't know. If it's a pocket, you almost need the lace along the bottom so it doesn't. I guess it could go like that. Now it's kind of wide. Let's make you a tag because I really like this beautiful dusty rose. So I will glue this in place with just a dab of glue, and then I'll go back and catch that with the stitching. Okay. I want to straighten up those edges, so I'm going to add just a little bit more length to straighten them out. Okay. I suppose I could have used this one too. That'd be a nice contrast too, wouldn't it? But I'm going to save this and do a patchwork thing with that. Make a patchwork card. All right, where are we? I need to check my time. How long have we been going? Ooh, 28 minutes. Well, maybe I'll shut up now and I'll just go fast. I feel like I'm not getting enough done, but you know, there's the part I do for the camera. Uh-oh, I did that backward. Ah! I didn't put the right side out. Put it with the wrong side out. There we go. Okay. There's the filming I do for the camera, and then there's the playing that I do off camera to finish all this stuff. So I guess really the main thing is just showing you what I'm working on. I'm going to clip you in place for a moment. Let's see. Okay. And then we want to stamp something on it, but I don't know that I really want a word necessarily. I want, oh look, and if this is a tag, we could go along the bottom there. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. Okay. I want like a phrase or an image on this one. Okay. I know which one I want. Oh, I forgot to grab my my stamp blocks. Back with the stamp blocks. And a bigger piece of fabric, please. Now see, this one's perfect because it's an off-white creamy background, and this is an off-white creamy background, so. Are you big enough? Nope. I don't know if the guidelines, grid lines are supposed to be on the bottom of the stamp or the top, but I figure as long as your image is on there straight and you can see, you're in good shape, right? So. Nice. I may be tearing too wide of a border. I don't know. Cut off a extra fringe there. Oops, getting some threads on my stamp pad. There we go. Okay, let's see. Is that too big along the top yet? There's my card. It's a little wide, but you know what? If I put it at an angle, which all of my all of my works of art are pretty much at angles. Millinery. Let's see. Actually, that might be actually cuter. I mean, millinery is your hat making, so you want it to look very upscale because this is like a beautiful hat. Is that going to show up enough if I put that on there? Maybe I should just stick it plain in the middle. That needs lace. It does not need rickrack. Come here, you. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, okay. I don't want you right now, I don't think. I can change my mind later, but it was pretty white, and this is an off-white, so maybe this is the rose, so maybe something green if I find something. If not, life will go on. What am I doing? Gluing. What else can I tell you? Okay, so I am filming this ahead of the holidays. So by the time you see this, you all will have had your holidays. So I know they're different. I know we couldn't all have everybody that we wanted like usual, but what did you guys do? Anybody do anything special or unusual or fun, or Skype with the family, or play Scrabble by Skype or something? That would be wild. That'd be kind of fun to try to do though, wouldn't it? Get out 2 Scrabble boards, one on each side, and set them up, and as the players play, you could recreate the letters. I don't know. Would that be awkward? I don't know. That sounds like fun though. Okay, I like this. I'm probably gonna add something there though. You, am I gonna add you? Am I gonna add you? Remember, it's millinery. We want our hats to look pretty. Here, this one's a full, complete doily. This is one I tea dyed. I don't know. I just want like a little strip of something. Something pretty, and probably just ribbon. I don't think I have anything like that in this pile. Can't forget you. Yeah, no. Well, we're just, oh, here. We have this. Again, it's kind of cream on cream, but it might be just the thing we need. I don't know. I will clip it there and make my decision when I sew it. Okay, there's that one. So I will be sewing around. This just needs color. It needs a scrap of ribbon, or maybe this could be the scrap of color we want. It's complementary. There you go, all these threads. It just needs to have enough contrast so that you can see the pretties that you're putting with it. I don't know. By the time you guys see it, it's going to be too late to help me, but try anyway, would you? Can you try to help me, please? I'm going to set it aside. It'll come to me later, I'm pretty sure. Okay, moving along. What do I want to do? I do want to quilt on make some quilted pockets. I should do a couple that are smaller. Okay, so what you want to do here, I'm going to start by putting down the glue all over because it's easier that way. And we'll start with our bright, happy colors. And as you saw on the one that we just embellished, you just lay down your pieces. And then, here you need to move. Do I want primary colors? Sure, why not? You just lay down your pieces and then go around them and sew. Oops, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. Tore kind of sideways, didn't it? I may not be able to rip that one. I may just have to cut it. Alrighty then. I'm gonna put it in the corner. Anyway, after you put down each little piece, it's like a patchwork, a very small one, on a cardstock. I'm going to scoot you over. And I personally like them to go every which way, not be all stuck in one direction. So, that's what we're going to do. Now this one, I don't really see myself actually using that for much of anything. So this is a perfect project for it because I can use a little bit of it. And it gives kind of a hint of the fabric, but that piece doesn't go to waste, essentially. Go up there. And then I've got like this blue diagonal. Look at that. They're ripping. Shame on you. They're ripping crookedly, which means they were probably cut against the grain. I'm not giving these too much thought, I'm afraid. I could maybe give them a little more thought, but I just want to get one done for you. This one will go right. There was a whole package of these pre-cut quilted pieces, and I don't remember where I found them, but they were in squares and triangles and some strips of varying sizes. So whoever had these is going to make a very detailed project. I like that yellow, but I also like this blue. I need you to go. It's kind of off balance. He's not completely square. And I want you to go over the top of that. There we go. And then I need one more for the middle. Should I use you? Strawberry? Why not? And then what you want to do is pick up the rest of these scraps. Okay, he's not going to rip. I think I had that problem last night. I had to just cut it, which is fine. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't remember. Oh, take all the little scraps that are left over and make another card. So you're not like making more scraps for yourself. You're just using up the actual scraps, right? Okay, so here's this. And then I would go around and sew all these little edges. Sometimes I try to figure out, it's kind of like a puzzle. Can I do this all in one continuous line and then go around to the outside? Sometimes you can. But this kind of makes its own little focal point. So I could add words, or I could just like maybe come back with a like a scrap of paper or something that I've stamped on and make a focal point here, or run it across here. I'm going to interject this clip right here of the finished pockets and flips. I thought you'd like to see them after I got the sewing done. So here are some of the pockets and tags I was working on in the video, as well as a few extra I did off camera. Some of these are plain. I will still be adding embellishments to them, but I want to wait until I actually put them in journals so that the embellishments fit whatever type of journal I'm doing. And now I'll show you the fabric flips. As you can see, I was able to get quite a few of these sewn up off camera, and then my sewing machine gave up the ghost, so it's in for repair right now, which was perfect timing. I just wanted to share these with you so you saw the finished product. And now back to the clothes. We're going to take a minute to read our quotes of the day, at which point I will continue playing. And I don't know, I might or might not do an episode 3. We'll see where I go. All right? So today's quote, the first one, came off of my tea bag. And it says, "The most courageous act is still to think for yourself, aloud." And that's from Coco Chanel. If you know anything about Coco Chanel, I've read up on her a little bit, and she was definitely a woman who knew her own mind and made her own brand. And of course she had that little, like a bolo style jacket that she would make that had the braided trim on it, and it became like her signature garment that she would make. She was a fashion designer, but just a very interesting person. But definitely, I think this probably summed up who she was. The most courageous act is still to think for yourself, aloud. Coco Chanel. And then the second quote of the day is this, and it says, "The past, it is history. Make the present good, and the past will take care of itself." Good advice. So if we're working on making today good and tomorrow good, then the past will be something good to look back and reflect on. Not everything's in our control, of course, but some things are, so I like that. Make the present good, and the past will take care of itself. Okay, and with that is the end of our time today. Appreciate you sticking with me. And if you liked today's content, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And until next time, I want you to be inspired and do something creative today. I am going to go downstairs and get my soup started for dinner, and then I'm going to come back up and finish playing. So I'll catch you next week. Bye-bye.